What if you could know everything about her without asking a single question? What if the truth you're looking for isn't something she tells you, but something she shows you? In this video, we'll reveal how to uncover a woman's emotional past, hidden scars, relationship patterns, and red flags, without ever confronting her directly. Because the Stoic doesn't interrogate, he observes. He reads what others ignore. He sees what others are too distracted to notice. You don't need to ask about her past. Just learn how to listen with your eyes and understand with your silence. Let's begin. Stoicism is not about controlling others. It's about mastering your own perception. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." However, when it comes to relationships, especially with women, most men tend to talk too much and observe too little. We ask questions, hoping for the truth, not realizing that the truth is already being broadcast through her behavior, values, and contradictions. A woman's past lives in her body language, her emotional triggers, her patterns of connection and withdrawal, her reactions to your calm, your silence, your boundaries. If you want to know her truth, become still enough to see it. This is not about judgment, it's about clarity. Because once you see her clearly, you can choose your role wisely. And that's what a Stoic man does. He chooses, not chases. Here's how to discover a woman's past without asking anything. 1. Watch her react to boundaries. Most men try to win a woman by being overly accommodating. But a Stoic man sets gentle, firm boundaries and then watches how she responds. Why? Because her reaction reveals her past. If she becomes passive-aggressive, she's used to controlling weak men. If she respects them, she's familiar with mature relationships. If she tests them aggressively, she's been around chaos and confusion. You don't need to ask about her ex. Just tell her, "I don't argue. I walk away." Then observe what happens. Character is fate. Heraclitus. Her patterns tell you everything. 2. Observe her friendships. You don't need to ask who she's closest to. Just observe. Does she surround herself with gossip, chaos, and emotional drama? Are her friends respectful or reckless? Are they building or breaking? A woman's inner circle is a mirror. If she surrounds herself with dysfunction, expect more of it in your life. Show me her friends and I'll show you the unspoken chapters of her past. And remember, silence is your ally. You don't need to say a word. She'll reveal it all, casually in conversation. 3. Pay attention to her emotional reflexes. The things that she reacts strongly to, they're not random. They're rooted in history, examples. She becomes cold when you're unavailable, likely abandonment in her past. She overreacts to minor disapproval, past emotional abuse or trauma. She constantly needs reassurance, past relationships that created insecurity. Don't fix, don't judge, just observe. Your power lies in emotional discipline. The more you observe without reacting, the clearer her past becomes. He who angers you conquers you. Elizabeth Kenny. Don't let reactions drag you into her storm. Let them show you where the storm came from. 4. Listen to how she talks about men. This is where most men miss the signal. When she casually mentions, "All men cheat. My ex was crazy. I just don't trust guys." These aren't stories. They're self-revealing truths. If she constantly talks about pain, betrayal, chaos, it's likely because she hasn't healed from it. You don't need to ask her to explain. She's telling you everything. A woman's view of men reveals her relationship with her past. If she talks about men with bitterness, she hasn't detached. If she talks about men with respect, even the ones who hurt her, she's grown. And a Stoic man doesn't judge her pain. He just decides whether it belongs in his peace. 5. Watch how she responds to silence. Silence is the most powerful truth detector. Try this. Go silent for a few hours. Stop over-texting. Let her reach out. You'll learn more in that space than in 10 long conversations. If she panics, she fears abandonment. If she gets angry, she's used to being controlled. If she calmly engages, she has emotional depth. The Stoic man doesn't fill silence with noise. He lets silence speak for him. 6. Gauge her response to masculine purpose. Tell her your mission. Explain your priorities. Watch her eyes. If she supports it, she respects masculine energy. If she competes with it, she fears being second. If she ignores it, she doesn't value direction. Women who've had no structure in their past will try to distract you from yours. Women who've grown in discipline will support yours. The way she reacts to your purpose is the ultimate test of compatibility. You don't need to ask if she's loyal. Just see whether she stands with your mission or in front of it. Modern application. So what do you do with all this? Simple. You stop chasing answers and start watching behavior. You move from asking, observing, reacting, reflecting, fixing, filtering. You stop trying to extract information and instead let it reveal itself. Because women aren't hiding their past. Most just don't know they're leaking it. A Stoic man understands that stillness is X-ray vision. He doesn't dig. He doesn't demand. He just notices. And through that noticing, he decides, is this energy right for my path? Is her presence an asset or a test? He no longer hopes for a good story. He reads the one that's already written. You don't need to ask a woman about her past. She's telling you all of it. Through her habits, her tone, her triggers, her stories. The question is, are you still enough to see it? In a world where men overshare and overchase, your greatest strength is observation. Be silent. Be grounded. Be unbothered. Let the truth come to you. And when it does, don't flinch. Because real power doesn't come from knowing everything about her. It comes from knowing enough to choose wisely. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Epictetus. Comment "see it clearly" below if this gave you insight. Subscribe for more Stoic power. This is the Stoic spirit, and this is your awakening.